Hi everybody, I'm Colleen Roberts, Public Information Officer for the City of New Bern, and welcome to This Week from City Hall. I'm sitting here with Mitch Lewis, who's the Executive Director for Arts to End Genocide. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, Colleen. How are you doing?
I'm good. I've worked with you for quite some time. You've put a lot of programming and information on City 3 TV, but for folks who are watching who have no idea what Arts to End Genocide is, tell us first about this nonprofit.
Okay, so we are New Bern based, but we work globally. And what our mission is to help vulnerable children around the world. The major projects that we've had, the first one was the shoemaking. 300 million children around the world going barefoot. And so we would go down in Africa, go to rural villages and teach mothers how to make shoes for their barefoot children. We worked throughout North Carolina, going into schools where the students made shoes. We worked with service organizations. We worked with faith-based organizations. And all of these shoes that the volunteers made were all sent down to African orphanages. Then we wanted to help children who we got to too late with the shoes and already had foot infections that would cause serious problems. And so we actually were very blessed. We got a grant from Rotary International and the two local Rotaries right here in New Bern, and we opened a clinic in Bamako, Mali. Mali is actually the world's sixth poorest country, and there are 6,000 street children who have never seen a doctor and have no access to health care at all. So we opened this free clinic to treat children. During the outbreak of COVID, we were all told the importance of hand washing, and yet these children had no way to wash their hands. They would bathe in the river, which was pretty dirty water. And so what we did was we raised funds and we put 6 sinks on the outside of the clinic so children could go there and wash their hands at any time. And we also got 60 portable hand washing stations, which we distributed at different points throughout the city. And one of the places where we distributed the hand washing stations was the Falagia IDP camp. IDPs are internally displaced persons. These are people who were forced from their homes up in northern and central Mali by Boko Haram, and they fled to southern Mali and settled in Bamako. Unfortunately, over 1,000 of them settled on this garbage dump where they're living in these deplorable conditions. And so we had established this relationship with the leaders of the camp, and thinking that we are like the Gates Foundation, they just keep asking for things that some are within our capabilities, some are not. But they were suffering with a food insecurity issue, and they asked if we could help with that. Our first thought was maybe because the tents are all piled closely together, so we thought, well, maybe we could teach them to do vertical gardening, but it was just not practical. The soil is completely contaminated. So we realized that the only solution would be to relocate them to a safe piece of land. And we did focus groups to find out what would make for a successful relocation. And we found community buy-in for it. And then we located 185 acres of land. The land is wonderful, but it's in complete need of development. So we've got to put in boreholes, we've got to dig latrines, and we've got to cultivate the land so we can grow crops. Right now, their diet consists of rice and millet, but once we start growing the crops, these are going to be nutrient-rich crops. It will certainly help with the malnutrition of the children, which they've been suffering from. And then the other thing is they asked for a way to generate income, and this land that we found is only a mile from a marketplace, so we're hoping that there'll be surplus crops which they could sell at the marketplace, and we're going to train the women how to do that. So to support this relocation, to help raise funds to make this happen, one of the things that we're doing is this African jewelry making workshop, which we're going to be having this Saturday.
And that's right here in New Bern.
Right here in New Bern.
How can people participate? And then you have brought some of the bracelets.
Yes.
You make bracelets?
Yes. Well, we're encouraging people to pre-register because we're having 2 sessions, and that first session is almost full. There are just a few slots left. But you can register by going to our website online, www.artstoandgenocide.com, or you can call my cell phone number, which is 252-670-1339, and I'll be happy to make reservations. It's being held at the J. Murphy Smith Center, 508 Middle Street. There are going to be 2 sessions. One is at 12:30. It'll run from 12:30 to 2, and the second session is 2:30 to 4. Everybody who attends, I have to say, the event is free. The event is free thanks to the generosity of our wonderful sponsors, and we're eternally grateful to them. So at any rate, everybody who comes is going to receive a little goodie bag, and in that bag are all the elements that you need to make a bracelet and a pair of earrings. So everyone's going to go home with a bracelet and a pair of earrings. And if you want to buy additional trade beads or finished bracelets or finished earrings or chokers, we will have items for sale also. But you're not obligated to buy anything. You can just make the bracelet in your goodie bag.
So where are the beads from? You have a couple of them in your hand.
Well, they're West African trade beads, and they come from Mali, and some of them come from Ghana. Trade beads have been around for a long time. They're actually quite beautiful. Some of them are very, very valuable. Some of them cost thousands of dollars. We're not going to have any of those in the goodie bag. Don't look in your goodie bag for a $1,000 trade bead. But they're really quite beautiful. And the origin of it is that they were originally used as legal tender. People used to trade with these beads. And we have everybody who comes is going to get an event booklet, and in that booklet is the whole history of the trade beads.
Fantastic. In talking to you and working with you over the last year or so, this isn't just a job for you, it's a passion.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's become my life. It's just been an amazing journey. I just keep watching these doors open, and I just walk through, and I have no idea where this is going to lead. But we've worked in certainly 6 or 8 different African nations, and it's just interesting that these people know New Bern. And down in Africa, in all of these countries, I think they think that New Bern is probably one of the major cities in the United States. So.
No doubt they know New Bern because of you and the work you've been doing. Before we end the segment, we were just talking about you have another program coming up that you want to tell people about, and it's an opportunity for them to help some of the children in Africa. So tell us about this new program.
Yeah, this is a Sponsor an IDP Child program, and this is something that we're going to break probably in the next month. And we've been doing interviews of some of the children who are living in the garbage dump, and the children are just so charming. I think the most difficult thing was to try and get a lot of them to smile. They're living under really deplorable conditions, and a lot of them probably have never smiled. But anyway, they're lovely, and you want to hug them, and you just want to do what you can to help. So we're going to be running this program, and sponsorship is available. And I brought along a video that I'm starting to make, where I only have the first 3 children, but when we complete, I'm guessing we'll probably have about a dozen children on the video, and then I'll bring you a later version.
So when all the video comes back from Mali, Mitch is the one that edits and puts it all together. And so let's take a look so far at the 3 children that have been interviewed who will be part of the sponsorship program.
نبي الدمسون كم ما نتهم ما جل إنسان سيد سان سبب نبي أنو سان سبب نبي أنو نه كم دهن كله نبي نقول كمان كله نفرق كلام كده نبارك كلام Nessa essa tarde. Dole fla de video. Tema aquele museu aqui. Ini saya santai. Aduh, lama buat apa sedang ambil mengajian dari kadung federal kan. Nah, dua federal. Ambil dua kalam. Nan dua kalam. Ulan. Ambil tu doktor. Nan buat doktor. Ambil dua beli bayar doktor.
So Mitch, you told us you're still working on the video. There will be other children participating in the program that you can help. If somebody's watching and they're interested in this program that you said will be up and running in about 30 days, how can they contact you?
Well, I can email me at arts2genocide@gmail.com, or again, call 252-670-1339, and I'll sign you up tentatively, and then when we break the program, we're going to have videos of all of the children up on our website, and then you could select which child you'd like to sponsor, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, as I say, hopefully it'll be in about a month.
Fantastic. Well, thanks a lot, Mitch. Hopefully you'll be able to come out for the free program on jewelry making. That's this weekend at the J. Murphy Smith Center on Saturday the 21st. And thanks for joining us on This Week from City Hall.
Thank you, Colleen.